Hey, Jake. First of all, when did you start to feel the issue with the flexor, and what's your level of concern with it right now?
Um, I felt it this week, in between. I'm not too concerned about it because it didn't get much worse as the game went on. But there in what was that, the sixth inning, when I was trying to loosen up, I could feel it, and it was tightening up a little bit. But I've had a couple elbow issues before, and I know what that feels like. So my level of concern is not too high. I'm pretty optimistic about it, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be something that we can treat and hopefully not miss any time.
Are you going to have to get any tests run on it, or are you taking it, just kind of based on feel right now?
Based on feel, we did all the ligament test and all that checks out. Like I said, I know how that feels. I tried to pitch with a partially torn ligament when I first got drafted, and I know how that feels, and this didn't feel anything like that. So I'm pretty optimistic about where we're at.
Okay, so that being said, with tonight, you've been a guy that first time through the order has just been pumping fastballs past teams all season long. Was it simply that you felt like your slider was really good tonight, or seeing as you were facing the same lineup back to back, you wanted to mix things up on them?
I think seeing that they were going to be aggressive, I think Pham swung at the first pitch of a game twice in his career, and he swings against it, or swings at the first pitch of this game. So kind of knowing they wanted to try to jump on the fastball, made the adjustment. It wasn't something we had talked about before. It was just, seeing how aggressive they were going to be.
Thanks.
Anthony, you're next.
Hey, Jake. When you do talk about feeling discomfort, where exactly are you feeling it?
It's along the flexor. That's the thing. Whenever you say elbow, anything, for a pitcher, everybody gets a little, nervous about that. But like I said, I do a lot of ligament tests on my own, and doing those, knowing what that feels like, it's a total different spot. So like I said, I'm not too worried about it. And hopefully it's something that we can treat and run back out there in 5 days.
What do you mean when you do ligament tests on your own? What do you do?
I feel like I'm always testing my arm to see how it feels. It's just something that I do, always moving it around. There's just they do test on it, and I constantly have it tested just to make sure. I don't know.
And just you say you hope to miss no time at all. The Mets have been very cautious with you with these other injury things that have popped up. Do you think it's reasonable that you could potentially be back out there in 5 days?
Yeah, I do, honestly. Like I said, I felt it this whole week through, or 5 days or six. I don't even know what I was on, 5 or 6. But I felt it through there, and like I said, it never really got worse. I think just there towards the end, I started getting a little tired, and I don't know if I was out of my delivery when my mechanics felt good tonight. I didn't really feel it. When I would fly open, I felt it a little bit. So, I'm pretty optimistic that I'll be out there in 5 days.
Thank you.
Your next question is from Justin Toscano.
Hey, Jake, when you mentioned just managing it, is that just treatment between starts? Is that not throwing as hard during a start? What sorts of things go into managing it?
No, that's just doing a little extra treatment in between. Trying to get whatever inflammation or whatever's in that area out. We already worked on it some tonight and moving it around. Now it already is feeling like it's loosened up. So, hopefully continue to trend in that direction. And like I said, be out there in 5 days.
And then mechanically, it's only flying open, right? So you don't have to make any other change other than trying to keep that in line.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Your next question is from Ed Coleman.
Hey, Jake, was there a point at all this week where you said, hey, maybe I ought to take a break here and just skip the start?
No, honestly, that didn't cross my mind. And, how it was trending this week was a plus. Like, I felt a little more right after I pitched. And then, the day on my side, it felt better. When I woke up today, it felt great. And, we had an off day yesterday, so wasn't really sure. I didn't make it into play catch yesterday. So, woke up, felt good. Could feel it a tiny bit in the bullpen, but not like when I was throwing my side. So I liked the way it was trending and didn't feel like it was a concern. And then, I had given him a heads up, and he just said, "Let's not push it." He came up to me after the sixth and said, I think we got to play this safe here." And I think that's the right play.
And do you think, some of the longer layoffs you've had because of rainouts and off days and that this year, and then going out and cranking it up for a start, do you think that's had anything to do with it?
I'm not really sure. That's a tough question. Who knows? It could be you're already pretty much where I'm at, or how many innings I threw last year. It could be a number of different things. You try to get in a routine where you stay on 5 days, but like you said, you have rainouts and our first series canceled, stuff like that. I would say that probably plays a little bit of a role in it.
Ken Davidoff, you're up.
Hey, Jake, did you clue in the trainers this past week when you're experiencing this, and did you do any of that extra treatment you said you'll do moving forward?
I did my normal arm care stuff. Like I said, I wasn't thinking too much about it. I thought the way it was feeling and the way that like it was trending in the right direction, I felt like I didn't really need to say anything. Looking back, probably should have done some more stuff in between, but hopefully we stay ahead of it now.
Thank you.
Jake Steiner, you're up.
Hey, Jake, I just wanted to clarify on the ligament test. So you did one of these ligament tests after you left the game tonight. Is that right?
Yeah. We did a number of them, and all that checks out.
And does that include any imaging, or is that stuff just a doctor as you move your arm? And
No, that's as you move your arm. Like I said, having dealt with elbow issues, I'm pretty familiar with how that feels.
Laura, you're up.
Hey, Jake, I'm just kind of changing tacks a little bit. It's the first time with this many fans out there. I just want to know, what was the sense like out there, being out there for the first time in, I guess, 21 months in that situation?
Yeah, that was awesome. I've said it before. I love pitching here. New York Mets fans have been great to me. Love taking them out here in front of fans, and having that many people here tonight. It was unbelievable, and just good to have them back.
Your final question comes from Matthew Robertson.
Hey, Jake, Matthew Robertson with the New York Daily News. You've mentioned treatment a couple of times. I'm just curious if you anticipate having to change your throwing routine at all between starts.
The plan is not to. The plan is to go as normal and just get here early and get it worked on and try to stay ahead of it.
And then at the plate tonight, can you just talk a little bit about your approach against Blake Snell?
It's tough. I was just trying to see the ball and put a good swing on it. I had the bunt was on, and then the ball got the guys over, and my thought there early on was try to get a ball in the air and get one run in, and then when I got to 2 strikes, I was going to just try to battle, and I was fortunate enough to get a pitch over the plate that I could do something with.
Lastly, one more from DeGrom.
Hey, Jake, just those first 4 innings were dominant. I think everyone in the ballpark was thinking perfect game, and you had, for you, a pretty big reaction when you gave up that hit. Were you, or to what extent were you thinking it?
Yeah, you'd say I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't thinking about it. But Will did a good job there and battled me, and I left the slider up, and he was able to block it over there and get a hit. But definitely the thought creeped into my mind. So don't want a no-hitter or perfect game is definitely a goal. Just haven't been able to do it.
Jacob, thank you very much for your time tonight.
Thank you.